Coming up in a special edition of AOPA Live this week from AirVenture, there are a lot of happy people in Wichita. A natural gas-powered airplane, it really does work. More on your AOPA Sweepstakes Debonair, all that and more in just a moment as we come to you from Oshkosh. Welcome to Oshkosh and EAA AirVenture 2013. I'm Tom Haynes, and this is the second of our special AOPA Live This Week shows from the world's biggest aviation gathering. And there are a lot of happy people here, but maybe not quite as happy as some of the folks in Wichita today. That's because Beechcraft just got an order for 105 King Air 350Is. They say that's the largest propeller aircraft order in history. That order is worth some $1.4 billion to a company that just recently emerged from bankruptcy. The buyer? Wheels Up. That's a membership-based private company providing regional air transportation to its members. And why the King Air 350i?
You know, if you look at Wheels Up trying to do a regional model, the King Air 350i, if you look at the capability, the reliability, the efficiency of the airplane, there's no other competitor in this class. If you try to put 8 passengers with golf bags, you can't do that in anything in this price point. You're double the price of what you can do for a King Air.
Aviat Aircraft has a Husky on display that is making history of its own. This may look a little like a pregnant Husky, but it is the world's first dual-fuel aircraft to run on 100 low-lead and compressed natural gas. The model is built as a proof of concept. The CNG tank rides in the belly pod. This test airplane can fly for 1 hour on CNG. The remarkable part is the cost savings that CNG promises.
The cost in today's dollars of operation is approximately 20% or less than what we're accustomed to paying for aviation 100 low-lead octane fuel. We decided to go dual fuel for this particular project to have redundancies within our operating systems. So that's fuel management, fuel reserves, fuel supply, things like this. In case there was an issue in flight, we'd have backup alternatives or redundant systems. As we this is our second installation. As we have done each installation, we've learned from each successive experience, and we see in the near-term future a dedicated 100% CNG fuel-powered aircraft without the need for redundancies. And as a result, they'll be more efficient, they'll be lighter, lower fuel-specific consumption, and lower cost.
The cost works out to be about 85 cents per gallon. Compare that with avgas, that would be back in the early 70s, I'd guess. If the airplane was run on CNG alone, it would need only 1 oil change in between engine overhauls. Here's another airplane a lot of people are talking about here at the show. It's 50 years old, but it's also brand new, and it could be yours. AOPA pilot editor-at-large Tom Horn, who literally knows this airplane inside and out, takes us around the airplane.
Hi, here we are at Oshkosh at AOPA's tent, and I'm with the Sweepstakes Debonair, and I thought we'd just take a look at some of the exterior features on this remarkable airplane. First of all, a designer prop. The paint scheme you're seeing now is a special one done by KD Aviation, and it's all white, all Matterhorn white. And we've put these decals on here sort of in a humorous vein. The wing tanks hold 37 gallons each side, main tanks. Out here we have DeShannon's 20-gallon tip tanks. DeShannon also installed the speed slope windshield. Alpha Systems installed a angle of attack system, and there's the angle of attack probe. It's a 7-hour airplane with full fuel, probably go a little more, and about 1,000-mile range.
Want a hat? Yeah, you do.
I want you to take a look at that funky interior. Somewhere along the line, the original interior was taken out, and an owner replaced it with that. Okay, now it's obviously seen better days. There is 0 lumbar support, I can tell you that right now. There is about, the seat cushion itself is about that thick, so it's not very comfortable, but we're gonna take care of that at the next stop, which is AirMod. In a few short weeks, we will have a brand new interior to go with the brand new paint job, the brand new panel, and the upgraded engine. Tom Horn, AOPA Live.
Thanks, Tom. Amelia Earhart is going to recreate her around-the-world flight. I'll give you a second to process that. This is Amelia Rose Earhart, that is, and she is a distant relative of the other Earhart. But instead of an Electra, she'll be using a Pilatus PC-12 NG. The flight is set to begin next year with 14 stops over 14 days. Some places along the original route, like Pakistan, will be skipped for political reasons. And of course, she'll be using GPS instead of, well, Fred Noonan. So presumably, she'll find her intended refueling stops more easily. And it's really hard to get lost when all the information is right up in front of you. AOPA flight training editor Ian Twombly takes a look at MyGoFlight.
It wouldn't be Oshkosh without iPad announcements. And this year, one of the most exciting is actually a screen for the iPad. This is at MyGoFlight here with Charlie. And Charlie, you guys have introduced a screen that you're going to be shipping later this fall, specifically for the iPad. So tell us about that.
Yeah, thanks, Ian. What you're seeing here is something called the MyGoFlight Sightline Display. And what it does is it adds 3 major improvements to using the iPad in the airplane. Number 1, it is sunlight readable and can take the heat. So the iPad itself generates problems when you put it in the sun, it'll shut down. The second is it's got an anti-glare screen on it so that it's easy to see. And the third, it's very lightweight and it makes it easy to be mounted and could be put up into the sight line of view. We have 2 sides. One size is a 7-inch 16:9 screen and another is a 10-inch 4:3 screen, almost identical to the iPad itself.
Am I going to have to use this with a specific app, or is it just a screen, or how does that sort of thing work?
Right out of the box, it can work with anybody's app. We're using Apple's technology, the mirroring function, so that you're seeing that as I move that screen here, it's moving there. Now, a developer like WingX or ForeFlight or any of the others can use the tools within the Apple software to in fact develop a unique application where they can have one view down here on an iPod or an iPad or an iDevice and a separate display here. So we've split the function of having one for display and one for doing something else, which is another cool feature of the device. The product is expected to be released in the fall. If you want to learn more, go to www.mygoflight.com and sign up for our newsletter, and then you'll be able to get updates on this product and more as they come out.
Ian Twombly, AOPA Live.
The company says both models should be available soon, prices to be announced. Well, coming up, a look at a program that's been getting kids excited about aviation longer than just about any other, and what you can find in that big white tent behind me. Stick around, a lot more to come from Oshkosh. Welcome back. You're watching a special edition of AOPA Live this week from AirVenture in Oshkosh. The weather this year has been unseasonably cool so far, and if you're an Oshkosh veteran, you know how nice that can be. But there is one hot spot, and that is the AOPA tent. But we're not talking about temperature. AOPA Live's Paul Harrop shows you the cool stuff inside.
There's a lot going on inside this big white tent.
Hey, we're having a great time here at AirVenture in Oshkosh. We've got a lot of different things that we're displaying, both for our members and non-members.
Of course, we're here to help you with any needs.
Our members are coming in with lots of great questions, wanting to know various things about products or services, wanting to talk about things we're doing in the government affairs. Have we tackled this problem or that problem, and so forth. And then a lot are just stopping by to say hi.
Or to sit and relax for a spell. Or not.
Got a lot of fun stuff here this year. We've got FlyQ is doing a demonstration. We've got the Redbird J simulators. People are having a chance to fly. And then, of course, always popular, the AOPA store with all kinds of merchandise.
But of grave importance, yes, of course, there are hats. Paul Harrop, AOPA Live.
Be sure to stop by the tent if you're out at AirVenture. We'd love to see you. We're on the west side of the Sea Hangar. There's a lot of people of all ages at AirVenture, but we always see a lot of enthusiasm with the younger crowd. One college group has a number of students here. Our camera's caught up with the Kansas State Salina delegation.
I am Christy Moore and I'm at Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
I am here with Kansas State University, representing the school.
K-State has 6 majors. They range from avionics, maintenance, piloting, to even airport management.
We have people who've never flown in a small airplane before, to people who are 5th generation pilots, and we can work with anybody in between those ranges and get everybody on the same stage to the airline. Just an interest in aviation is all you need, and we'll take you from 0 hours all the way up to the airline cockpit.
I'm here just because I love aviation. It's something that I've loved for quite a while now.
Aviation it's a lot of fun. When I was younger, I always had an interest in it and a passion for it. I actually didn't even decide I wanted to be a pilot and wanted to fly until a little over a year and a half ago. And I started down there at K-State Salina, soloed in a couple weeks, and now I'm a commercial pilot.
I've soloed when I was 16 years old, and I've been flying ever since.
If you have any interest in aviation and want to take it further, go get an introductory flight and test the waters. Who knows, you may like it.
We hope to see you in the sky sometime.
And another way for young people to get involved in aviation is through the Civil Air Patrol. The Air Force Auxiliary Program builds leadership and aviation skills. Many of the cadets are here for AirVenture. AOPA Live cameras caught up with them.
Civil Air Patrol is something you can't get anywhere else.
This is an excellent citizenship program that helps kids go in the right direction.
Our cadets come from all over the country. In fact, this year in particular, 46 states are represented. Our members can join as early as the age of 12, and they can stay until 20 as a cadet. And the cadets come here to work together to enhance their emergency services, their leadership skills, and to bring this back to their home units. It's one thing to learn leadership in a textbook or in a classroom setting, but it's also one thing to practice it. And here at this activity, we place them in charge of other groups. And when you're on a flight line, you have some days hundreds, if not thousands of aircraft passing by. We don't just trust anyone to do that. You know, we need people that we can count on.
It's really specialized to be able to get into this program. There was about 800 people that applied and 140 of us got in. 16 of us are girls. And it's really unique because for this, they try and pick the best of the best.
The discipline, the leadership, the skills I've learned here, I will carry on for a very long time. And some of these skills are invaluable.
I enjoyed the program. It actually saved my life as a child. I was an inner city youth. The program exposed me to all kinds of aviation programs, which led me to join the United States Air Force.
Before Civil Air Patrol, I felt like I didn't really know who I was, and I was pretty afraid, and I wouldn't talk to people. I didn't know a lot. Coming to Civil Air Patrol, it changes your life. You will become another person, and you will not regret joining.
The experiences here that I have, people my age can't even dream of. I get the opportunity to do incredible things, such as looking for overdue aircraft. We do flight line operations. We make sure the aircraft are landing safely and getting to their intended destinations here on the airfield. Being a member of the Civil Air Patrol gives you many opportunities for both civilian and commercial and military aviation. If you want to have any part in that, Civil Air Patrol is definitely the best place to start. There are many career opportunities, there are many college opportunities here, and I don't think you can get any of these anywhere else.
And remember, if you know a young person with an interest in aviation, they can get a free membership to AOPA. Our Aviators program is for kids 13 to 18. You can learn more and sign up at aopa.org/AV8ERS. And that's it for our Friday show, but we have another one tomorrow, and we have some surprises planned for you and exclusive content you won't see anywhere else on the web. So we hope you'll click on us again. Till then, I'm Tom Haynes. Thanks for watching AOPA Live this week from Oshkosh.